I would rather be a little nobody than be an evil somebody. Abraham Lincoln. Welcome to this week's episode of As About Christiana. I'm so happy to have you here. This week we will be talking about bullying. So sit back and enjoy the show.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Azaba with Christiana. So Azaba is a Basange word which means talk, and that is what we'll be doing on this channel. We'll be talking about a lot of things, a lot of issues. Stay back, enjoy the show. Thank you for joining
Welcome back
in.
once more. Thank you for joining in. I would really love it if you subscribe to my channel and then like, comment, and share this video. So, like I said earlier, we'll be talking about bullying. Now, what is bullying? Bullying is the physical or verbal aggression that happens over a period of time between one person and another person. Now, what this means is where one person is trying to, there's an imbalance of power between both people, and one person is being aggressive, verbally or physically aggressive to the other person. So, that's what bullying is in simple terms. Um, I know that everybody has experienced some form of bullying at some point or the other. I know that there are people who have died as a result of being bullied. Case in point, the incident that happened, I think in December, the secondary school boy. I don't want to mention any names, but it was a news that trended in Nigeria, and there's suspicion of bullying, some form of bullying happening. I know that people who went to boarding schools have experienced bullying, even in the workplace. We have a lot of bosses bullying their subordinates. We have a lot of employees bullying, their colleagues. So bullying is like everywhere. Everybody has either experienced bullying or knows someone who has been a victim of bullying. What are the causes of bullying? One of the causes would be, for me, raising up children in a manner, in a way that they are aggressive, physically and verbally. You have a lot of families where it is absolutely okay, very okay for a child, to be very aggressive, and I think to a large extent that character is learned. I want to also state that bullying is a vicious circle. Most people who are bullies today were victims of bullying yesterday, so it's a vicious circle. That's another um, cause of bullying, the viciousness of the circle of bullying. Another cause for bullying could also be a lot of bullies may bully other people because they do not have, they're not happy in their lives, probably do not have some, they don't have self-worth, no self-esteem, and then just so they can feel important, they want to lord it over other people who are not as strong as they are. So that's another cause of bullying. What are the effects of bullying? We're looking at low self-esteem. We're looking at mental health issues. We're looking at suicidal thoughts. I know of a girl who ended up killing herself because she was bullied at school. Um, I'm trying to remember her name. Okay, this particular case is particularly sad because she was a victim of rape, and then that rape was caught on camera. And because it was caught on camera, the perpetrator of that crime against her also broadcasted the video to her school. Her schoolmates, everybody watched the video, and then she now became a victim of bullying as a result of that video. At the end of the day, she killed herself. So that's a sad end to this bullying that a lot of people, they don't count it as anything. They're like, oh, it's life, chin up, you'll be fine. Everybody has gone through it. No, it's wrong. So that's another effect of bullying. Types of bullying. I want to mention a few. You have physical bullying. This entails pushing, shoving, biting, beating, slapping, blowing. You know, that's physical bullying. There's cyber bullying, and this is particularly very vicious, where you see people just come up with different stories, lies about other people. It could also be a case of threatening and blackmailing somebody to release their nudes if they don't do certain things. That's some form of bullying also, because you're trying to dictate what they do and how they do what they end up doing. So cyberbullying is a form of bullying. We also have relational bullying. This is the kind of bullying that happens within the family, between siblings. We have what other type of bullying do we have? There's so many other types of bullying, but case in point, last, bullying is bad, and it should be kicked against, be it in school, be it at home, in the community, at work, in church. In church, I want to have the effects of bullying. Um, the person being bullied has trouble sleeping, has trouble relating with other people, has trouble concentrating, perhaps in school or at work, begins to have suicidal thoughts, begins to have a very low self-esteem of themselves. Effects of bullying could also be that person's quality of life is reduced, because that person is not excited. You know how you wake up in the morning and like, yeah, I'm ready to go. It's a brand new day. People who are victims of bullying are not excited to wake up in the morning and step out, because they know perhaps the perpetrator of the bullying on them is outside waiting for them. So they are not excited to go out. They're not excited about life. They're not excited about going to school, going to work, and all of that. So, what are the signs to look out for? For instance, for parents, what are the signs to look out for, just to know if your child is being bullied? Number one, that child who is a happy-go child suddenly becomes withdrawn, doesn't want to go to school, doesn't want to go to a cousin's house, doesn't want to go to the playground. You need to watch it, ask questions. That child may be suffering, may be a victim of bullying. Another sign to look out for is when someone who used to be very careful before becomes very adventurous. It's not a bad thing to be adventurous, yeah? But sometimes when the switch happens like this, then you need to watch it. Something may be happening to that child, and that child doesn't know how to convey in words what is happening to him. And so the only way he can, show what is happening is to begin to act out, certain tendencies and act out certain behaviors. So I would say that as a parent, be very careful when your child begins to exhibit a character that they've not exhibited before. Then it is a time to sit up and ask questions. Something may be happening. Something may be going on. Bully other people could also do that through body shaming them, right? So there's also a connection between body shaming and bullying. And I just want to state that, like I said last week, we have to be very intentional about unlearning these behaviors that we probably grew up with. It is not normal. It is not normal. We need to unlearn it, and we need to be very intentional about not bullying other people and speaking out. Speaking out. If you see a child who is being bullied, please speak out. If you see someone who is being bullied at work or at church or in the community, please speak out. If you can stand in and fight for them, please do. So thank you for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed shooting it. I'll see you again next week.
Thanks for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and do not forget to subscribe. Please. Thank you. See you next week.